You know, the plan of God is staggering. It's really amazing when you think of it. Now, somebody can ask, what about little children who die, or a young guy? Coach Tony Dungy lost one of his boys at age 19, and he was devastated, and his wife even more so. And so one day he heard me in Florida, and he said, Luis, meet with my wife and I. She's so shocked and devastated by the death of our son. And even though he was a believer, and the mother and dad too, he said he can't get over the fact that he died before his time. And you know, so we met. My wife and I met with Mrs. Dungy and Coach, and we talked about it. And I picked up a phrase from a famous Bible teacher who said these words: a brief life is not an incomplete life. A brief life is not an incomplete life. Many of you in this audience, but I'm sure, have lost babies and little children and young guys or girls. And you're still brokenhearted, and you will be, because it's a loss. But you know, it's wonderful to know that a brief life is not an incomplete life. God knows. The Bible says, all the days, listen to this, ordained for me were written in God's book before one of them came to be. Right. In other words, God knows when your day has come. He knows my day. He hasn't told me, but I know it's getting close. But nevertheless, He has a plan for every life, and He makes no mistake. And you know, don't worry about your son or your child. They're in the presence of the Lord. They're enjoying His company. The only question is, do you want to see Him again? Then open your heart to Christ. If you want to see your babies, one of my sons and his wife lost 3 babies before they were born. And one of them was perfectly formed. And Andrew called me up and he said, Dad, he's a perfect baby. Everything was right. His eyes, his nails, his little feet. There was nothing wrong, but he was dead. And he cried like mad, and I cry when I think of it, you know. They called him, what name? They called him Aaron, and they buried him and everything. But you know, we will see him again. But the question is, are you in the kingdom yourself, Dad? Are you in the kingdom yourself, Mother? Do you know Jesus Christ? If you do, you'll see your baby. It won't be a baby, thankfully, you know. You don't want eternal babies. But you will see the child, and you will enjoy him or her in the presence of the Lord.